It's been bothering me all day. I need to be real about this, okay? I do not want to be a conservative. I don't want to. But because of the fact that my mama taught me that I have to think with my mind and do my own research, I come to find out that at least in my voting years, from 2016 onward, every Democrat that I've ever listened to has been straight up lying to me. Lying to me. And it's like, and it's not even good lies. It's not even good lies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your man Wise, and I got a couple videos to share with you guys. And as you guys had a chance to listen in the opening clip, you have a lot of people coming to the realization the scales are being removed from their eyes. They are coming to a understanding that you cannot continue to support these Democrats. If you are about America, you can't support Democrats. If you are about American citizens, you can't support the Democrats. If you are a follower of Christ, you can't support the Democrat. Everything that they do and everything that they say, a lot of their rhetoric, a lot of their ideology, a lot of their policy, it's anti-America, anti-God. It's anti the founding principles of this nation. I got a couple of clips to share with you guys. We're going to start with Jasmine Crockett's lying behind. We're going to start there, and then we're going to move on from there. We're going to get into the rest of the video too, that open this video up. We're going to go there as well. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Subscribe, share this content, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Let's get into it.
They try to act like, oh, political violence, it's the Democrats and it's the liberals. And it's like, actually, I mean, I'm not going to say that like a left-leaning person cannot be violent, because that would be like crazy to say that somebody can't be. But baby, y'all got the white supremacists galore, okay? Like all of them. You got the Proud Boys, you got the neo-Nazis. You have people that literally should be classified as domestic terrorists, because a lot of times that is what they are doing. They're engaging in domestic terrorism. And guess what? They all align with your side. Yeah. Including the KKK. So like, I mean, this is who aligns with that. So like inherently in like who you are, y'all are violent. Like right. Y'all, and most of your violence has to do with people that's got a little bit of melanin. But nevertheless, like y'all are a violent group of people. Like you attract violent actors. And like, I'm sorry, I know they tried to make Black Lives Matter out to be the most violent. What about Black Lives Matter? No. So that's the thing. Like they try to pretend like that.
If this lady's talking, she's lying. If she is talking, she's lying. This lady's a Democrat and she's talking about, the conservative side is the party of the KKK. Like, come on, yo. Did we not experience the quote unquote summer of love when they burnt down Minneapolis? Did we not just experience them spray painting monuments down in DC not too long ago? Have we not experienced these, Antifa folks and these other loony lefties bombing Tesla dealerships, defacing different Teslas out here, people's cars, people's private property? Have we not experienced that? You hadn't heard a word from the Proud Boys in a long time. And when you did hear about them, for some people, that was the first time that they had ever heard about them during that whole J6 fiasco. For a lot of people, that was the first time that they had heard about them. And you hadn't heard anything about them since then. The Democrats are literally paying people to protest right now. They're paying people to be reckless. Like I said, if they're talking, they're lying. And the beautiful thing about this is that the sisterhood is starting to wake up to Jasmine Crockett's shenanigans. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to see through it. Now, we still got some people that, for whatever reason, they're just going to rock with her no matter what. But there's a lot of people that are starting to wake up to her shenanigans.
So what offends me the most about Jasmine Crockett acting ghetto and performing ghetto is that some of us just are and have had to learn how to behave and exist otherwise. I'm not here to tell my mama's business. But the reality is the reality. My mama was a teen mother. She had 2 kids by 2 boys by the time she was 18 years old. By the time she met my daddy, she was 23, with these 2 kids that she was taking care of as best she could, on public assistance, no high school diploma, and then she had me at 24. My mama is the definition of out the mud. My father was not raised with his father, nor was he raised by his mother. He was raised in the country by his grandparents. My daddy is the definition of out the mud. My parents didn't grow up with privilege. My parents grew up and built privilege for their children as best they could. All of my sisters and all of my nephews have attended public school. I don't think there's a person in my bloodline who has attended a private school. I don't have college-educated parents. I wasn't raised by college-educated parents. My mama got her GED in the early 90s. Both of my parents have a high school education. My daddy has some college. They are self-taught, and they are self-motivated, and they have built what they have. And then I've worked to build on top of that. It is a slap in the face when you got privileged black people who attended private school, who grew up in healthy two-parent households, do everything they can to operate backwards. When there are those of us who are trying to do everything we can to get it in the first place for the first time. As first generation, it's offensive seeing this girl play ghetto. Because some of us are actually ghetto in real life. Some of us have to fight off ghetto demons every single moment of every single day that have us wanting to do ghetto things. And we have to know that we have learned better and operate in more mature ways.
She's absolutely right. You literally have people doing everything that they can to remove themselves from that environment, to break whatever curse that they've had in their family tree or in their bloodline. They're doing everything that they can. And here you have a black woman who is as privileged as anyone in America, go to some of the most expensive schools from elementary school up to college. And she has the nerve to get on TV and cosplay ratchetness, cosplay the hood. It's disrespectful, man. It is. It's very disrespectful. And what it does is that it lets you know what a lot of these Democrats think about black people. We've watched the videos out there of them, saying that, hey, black folks don't know how to use the internet. Kathy Hochul last year said that, these black kids up in New York, they don't know nothing about the internet or a computer or any of that stuff. They don't know anything about technology. She said it out of her mouth. How can someone like a Jasmine Crockett get out here and say the conservative side of things, is racist and trying to keep black folks down, so forth and so on, and you are cosplaying ghetto? And you don't even have to. And the people that are in the hood, guess what? But there are a few that want to get up out of that. And they're trying to remove themselves and change and make a better way for their family. And you got a lady in office right now faking it, cosplaying. It's disrespectful. And it's a slap in the face to the forefathers, of this country, that did have to get it out the mud. And the one thing that I want to say about this young lady here, and I appreciate her saying, that her parents got married. And from there, they started building. Yes, her mother made some poor choices early on in life, but she found a dude willing to take her and the two kids, and they got married and they started building something. I've been saying this for a long time. The number one thing that will fix Black America is to improve the marriage rate. Right now, 26% or 27% of Black women are married. A little over that, Black men are married. I think the numbers are like maybe 33, 34% of Black men are married. If those numbers can tick up into the 50% or higher, it would change the trajectory of Black America. That's a fact. Let's keep it going.
When I'm abhorring or lamenting the state of affairs within the Democratic Party, I'm basically talking about what they were focusing on. They may be doing things on the state and local level and may deserve an abundance of credit for it, but that's not the message that we were receiving. And you know why we weren't receiving that message? Because they didn't think they could sell it to us. They didn't think that that would be good enough. They wanted to make sure, we're going to point to racism. We're going to guilt you into voting for us. We're not going to talk about the things that we're doing positively. We're going to talk about what the other side is doing negatively to engage in fear mongering to help you through fear factor go our way instead of theirs. And it didn't work this time. And to be quite honest with you, even though I might not like some of the things I'm seeing from the Trump administration thus far, the bottom line is I'm glad it didn't work, because I think for the longest time, Black Americans have played the role of suckers to the Democratic Party. They've guilted us into voting for them, making us feel as if we're going to be ostracized, creating division within our own communities or what have you to get our vote. Instead of saying to us, hey, this is what we will do for you, and it will work better than what they're offering.
This is one of the most sanest things that I've heard from Stephen A. Smith, and he's absolutely right. Now, this clip right here is after the conversation that he had with Brandon Tatum. This is after. I think he learned something that day. I think he went back, rewatched that interview that he did with Officer Tatum, went and did his own research and found out that Tatum was not lying, and what he was telling them was 100% facts. And I appreciate Stephen A. Smith for coming out here and saying this. Now, again, he may flip-flop because people may call him and they may get in his ear and say, Stephen A., you're being too real. And the reality of it is this. I don't even think is that the Democrats don't think that, they could sell it. I think that they don't care about selling it. They don't think black folks are smart enough, or it's a situation to where they don't care if they think you smart enough. Because they assume that whatever they give you will be enough and you'll vote for them anyway. It's crazy.
It's been bothering me all day. I need to be real about this, okay? I do not want to be a conservative. I don't want to. But because of the fact that my mama taught me that I have to think with my mind and do my own research, I come to find out that at least in my voting years, from 2016 onward, every Democrat that I've ever listened to has been straight up lying to me. And it's like, and it's not even good lies. It's not even good lies. See, here's the thing, right? You can say a politician will lie all you want to, right? And you will say, politicians lie all the time. There's nothing new. But at least with the Trump administration, what they will do is they'll come in front of people with a piece of paper. And what that piece of paper means is some data, some evidence, something to back up what they're saying. Receipts, stuff like that. And when you see someone who's caught in a pickle and they try to lie their way out of the pickle, you have to really pay attention to what they say when they try to lie about themselves out of the pickle. See, you can make up evidence. Absolutely, 100%. Some shit could just be put on a piece of paper and just said, here's my receipt. That would be incredibly easy to do. However, for whatever reason, that is not the Democrats' strategy when it comes to counteracting these claims. What their strategy turns out to be is, nuh-uh, or you ain't allowed to do that. Stop that. They're totally allowed to do what they're doing because they are the goddamn president. People voted them in. Whether you think it's right or wrong, that is your decision to think. But the fact of the matter is they have been given the power by the people to do the thing. Doge. There's so many examples. Doge, the federal firings, the rest of them judges, like all that falls within the power because either they were abusing the power, they were not necessary for the task at hand, or it is under the power of the Constitution. I don't understand how you can just sit here and just lie to me. Here's how they counteract lying. You ain't supposed to be looking into that. You do not have the power to look into that. Why are you looking into that? Instead of, this is why this is there, this is why this is here, this is why this is there, y'all are overreacting. That's what you could be saying, but you're not saying these things. And so I must be sitting here looking stupid, trying to force out a belief to where I twist my worldview and change what I'm seeing with my eyes. Just because y'all said something. At least these folk have a piece of paper. If you had a piece of paper that could conflict with their piece of paper, then you would have shown me that piece of paper.
He's right, man. I'm glad that people are starting to wake up, but I do appreciate what he said there is that his mother told him to do some research. And that's all I've been talking about on this channel. I don't want to force my worldview on you. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to force my worldview on you. I don't want to force my beliefs on you. What I want to do is give you enough information, and hopefully it challenges you to go do a little additional research. Go do a little digging for yourself. Go find out who these people are for real. Not what they tell you, but go do your own research for real. You listen to a Jasmine Crockett, and a lot of people probably believe the things that she said in the earlier clip because they don't know. because they are ignorant. And I don't say that to denigrate. I say that all the time. I don't say it to denigrate. I just say it because they don't know. Take that time to do some research. Information is as free as it's ever been in the history of mankind. Go do a little digging. And if you do, it will be hard for you to continue to support these people. It will. Name a place in America that Democrats are running and it's thriving. And the people are like just really doing it. Name a place. I can't really think of one. I just can't. I can't really think of one.
It is this fear that the people within the party, within the primary system, will have about voting for a woman, because every time we voted for a woman, we've lost so far. And I think that that's a natural fear because we just want to win. So there's a lot of people that are like, you know what? Like, let's go find the safest white boy we can find. I mean, I'm just saying.
Those are the callers that we're hearing. We're hearing people.
No, for real.
A white man's got to do it. We're getting those callers.
For real. And to be clear, when we talk about them, I can tell you that there is one specific candidate. I had a donor on the phones with me telling me that all the donors are lining up behind that candidate. So I can tell, and I can tell you it's not a black person nor woman. Okay. So like it is, they have, quote unquote, they have chosen. And when I say they, it's the same donors that most likely had their opinions about Joe Biden and move. So like that would be the they that I would talk about. Here's what I want.
I'm a firm believer that, you know, when people show you who they are, believe them. These are, they don't even like their people in their own party, man. They don't even like the people in their own party. Now we know that the Democrat right now, they have a leadership gap. There is a leadership, I guess, vacuum within the Democrat Party right now. Their policies stink. They have no solutions. All they have is complaints. So, of course, no one wants to hear it. And if you just took the time to just listen to what she said, she didn't say that the voters, the people that are going to vote in the primary are not willing to pick, you know, another woman or quote unquote another person of color. She said the people in part that are a part of the DNC. See, people got to understand this, is that the Democrats don't run a real primary. The DNC chooses the candidate. It's happened for the past 3 or 4 election cycles when it comes to president. They chose Kamala Harris. They didn't even give voters a chance. They ignored the voters there. They chose Biden. They chose Hillary. They chose Barack Obama. I would assume that if we actually continued to dig, we'd probably find out that they've been doing this probably for the better part of the last 30 or 40 years in the Democrat Party. They select. And the thing is that the people in the Democrat Party, they just get on board like clapping seals. They do what they are told. Simple as that.
And if Black lives truly matter, then, as I said to him, to his face, then something will be done about the black-on-black crime, about abortion, about the fatherless homes, the crime that we commit, et cetera, et cetera. If our lives mattered, we would never vote Democrat.
And she is absolutely right there. If you really understood who these people are, you'd never support them. You would never vote them in office because they do not have your best interests at heart. They are a Marxist, communist, socialist party, and their agenda is around this globalism, this Agenda 2030 movement that is really meant to destroy the Constitution, destroy our country, and essentially enslave the masses. That's really who they are and what they want. Democrats want a 2-class system, the have and have-nots. And they want to be the ones to tell the have-nots that, hey, we're the ones that's giving you just enough to survive, never enough to thrive. And they want to beat their chest on that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Appreciate the love, support, man. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth. Words so sharp.